So, as soon as we come on the air, out goes Gunner. What in the actual fuck?
You know how shitty his internet is. Give him a couple of minutes. He'll be back.
It's just going to be one of those nights.
Well, it's Christmas time. What were you expecting?
Yeah, I just went to the grocery store and it took 40 minutes. The grocery store is literally 2 miles away. So, we can't really have a bunch of dead air. Maybe I got some music. Hold on.
Oh, I didn't know you actually started.
Yeah, we're live on the air right now. So, that's going on.
Well, then, officially, we'd start with a joke, but being we've already had that in the form of bad internet connections, I'm just going to get us started anyway for no particular reason than our two lead maniacs aren't here, and Yankum's trying to figure out what the hell's going on. But this is your old pal Netjester, and this is a special year-end edition of Smark Snarks Woo Gets Serious, our year-end awards. And as you could probably tell, they're going to be as off the cuff and on the fly as the opening of the show was. But we got a bunch of categories here, and they're pretty interesting stuff. Some of it is standard. Best Performer of the Year, Best Male Performer, Best Female, Tag Team, Most Improved, and a few others we'll get to later. But I think it's best to start off the show right here and now by starting with the Best Male Performer. Oh, and speaking of male performers, hello, Gunner. Welcome back.
My internet just kind of fell down, that's all. Not that big of a deal, you know. Well, the year-end show, nothing terribly important to go with this, right? Right?
Yes, we've already started, just so you know. And I was about to get to Best Male Performer, if you'd like to take the honors in the MC hostings.
1 second once this reloads. Yeah, but there's been a lot of good performances this year. I mean, we're going through basically, and we're trying to, you know, give examples of people or, you know, stuff that we liked. I'd like you guys to chip in too if there's somebody missing from the list. We've got Dolph Ziggler, Daniel Bryan, Sami Zayn, Adrian Neville, and Bobby Lashley, actually.
Yes, some interesting names on that list this year.
I'm voting Ziggler. I love Daniel Bryan, but he's not been around that much this year. And, well, I mean, Ziggler, until not too long ago, hasn't been around all that much either. But just that performance at Survivor Series alone was enough to win it for me.
Oh, yeah, beyond a shadow of a doubt, he came back, and when he came back hard and strong. Not to make a porn parody out of this, but to be perfectly blunt, Ziggler showed the field exactly how to get ziggy with it, and the only thing that Daniel Bryan can do for the second half of this year is just wait to heal up and come back. So, besides Dolph, I put Sami Zayn on this list, and because his recent feud with Adrian Neville over the NXT title has been an amazing thing to keep our attention on NXT, especially with the last NXT pay-per-view.
Yeah, I mean, these are pretty obvious choices. Bobby Lashley has actually done a really good job as TNA champion. And I mean, a person that I left off this list personally, because we have another category for this kind of thing, is AJ Styles, who has just been amazing this year. There's also, Sandy doing his thing down in NXT. Hopefully he'll come up soon. Neville doing the same thing, but more towards the beginning of the year. And then, Diva having his amazing push, and Dolph Ziggler just being consistently good throughout the entire year, and staying healthy and staying with the company is something to be astounded by. We're going to move to the best female performer now, and this is the chick that we've enjoyed the most. So, on this list right here, I've got Charlotte, AJ Lee, Naomi, and Alicia Fox. I don't know why Alicia Fox is on there, but okay. I'd like to also add Paige and Sarah Del Rey for training all the NXT chicks to be awesome.
Definitely put Sarah Del Rey on that list. As far as Alicia Fox, the reason I'll cop to putting her on that list, and not just so, Yankum didn't fly down my throat for not putting his favorite female on it. The reason I did that is because she had about a month there where she was all over the place, and she was the most talked about woman in WWE. And for her, I thought that was a good push, but, as per usual, Divas division, nothing lasts forever, especially your push and what you do with it. So I thought she deserved to be on there. But as for the person at the top of this list, Charlotte, a.k.a. Charlotte Flair, the Nature's daughter, has proved to be something damn interesting in NXT. I think she's got a combination of both the Flair charm and legit ring skills that might make her Female Performer of the Year in my book. As for AJ and Naomi, Naomi's pretty decent worker, at least the few times she gets in the ring, and we don't have to deal with, stupid storylines involving The Miz and whether or not she has to put out to go to Hollywood. And, of course, AJ Lee, there's speculation she's not going to be with us much longer in the WWE, but, she's just been playing her top spot as Diva, even though the title's in the Bella's camp right now, so, yeah.
There you go.
Well, clearly I'm going to vote AJ, but for the
even
love of
after
shit.
I put your favorite on this list,
Well,
really? After
yeah.
I put
Well, I mean, again, until she gets a Pam Grier gimmick. I mean, I'm still going to mark for her a little bit, but when she gets the Pam Grier gimmick, that's when it's on like Donkey Kong. Because she will be unstoppable.
I'm not sure.
I don't know what to do with you, Yankum. Jesus Christ.
If Vince ever did the Pam Grier gimmick for Alicia, I don't know if he just think that. Okay, I'm not going to say the R word, but somebody's going to bring it up if she ever gets that gimmick.
It's kind of racist.
Well, I don't mean Ratatouille.
Okay. Well,
I don't know if you're... Well, AJ Lee wins, clearly. Why base Natalia is not on there is beyond me. The Bellas should be on there.
No.
Just for...
No. She's on there, but it's Tyson Kidd's wife. The chick who's married to Tyson Kidd. I forgot how they put it.
Are you sure that's not the guy who's married to Natty by Nature? You positive about that?
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, it's this Total Divas thing has also thrown things for a loop. I'm glad that Naomi got off that show, and somebody else did too. I forgot, but they really don't need to be on that show. We're going to the tag team division here, and let me tell you something about this tag team division. Not bad. I mean, they're actual tag teams, and while they saw a nice push at the beginning of the year, and they kind of took it off towards the end because everything got boring. Did you know that the Usos and the Dust Brothers on television have faced off 20-plus times?
Oh, talk about past your shelf life, my lord. I mean, I know there aren't all that many tag teams, but for crying out loud, a little variety. I mean, hell, we've got Slater Gator. We've got the Mizdow. We've got, besides the Usos and the Dust Brothers, we've got, oh, crap.
The Ascension, the Vaudevillains, from, what you call it?
Those are the people on the list, yeah. Just run down the quick list. The Dust Brothers, Mizdow, the Ascension, the Vaudevillains, the Usos, and Slater Gator. But the tag teams in the WWE, you know, even though they had a push at the beginning of the year, at the end of the year, just like you said, they're running out of steam. And that's just because I think we don't have too many tag teams in the WWE. We need to bring the Ascension up. Hell, I'd even push for bringing the Vaudevillains up, or even the Dragons up. Hell, we need some more tag teams to make a good tag team division.
I don't know if they would get Marshall with both in the mix. What do you think? Best tag team this year?
Well, here's the thing. You know, the tag division. I was going to try and Omega VR this, but I can't do it. Clearly, it's the Usos. I'm going to be honest with you, I lost interest in the Usos a long time ago, but I'm still able to see their appeal and why other people like them so much, and I'm inclined to agree with those people. It's just kind of not my cup of tea anymore. Their gimmick comes off as a little generic to me. They're twin Samoans, and that's all they've got going for them. But gimmick aside, their in-ring performances are absolutely fantastic, and their ability to go with, you know, anybody. Clearly, they are the winners of the best tag team.
You could say that, but I just want to add 2 bits here real quick about the Usos. I really think that they're the Cenas of the tag team division right about now. And, you know, they're sort of not fresh anymore. We need to do something to pep them up a little bit. Like I said, a little more competition wouldn't hurt. Go ahead, bro.
I don't know if competition would necessarily sate this particular beast, but yes, the Usos quite possibly have been a very good star for the WWE coming out in a nice breakout year. The problem's going to be breaking them up. Obviously, they're getting stale. Obviously, they're doing all this stuff, you know, and you can tell that there's something going down that, you know, with them, that they're ready to move on from this too. Not to say that, you know, they can't be tag teams for life, but to say that it's time for them to potentially start their, you know, break up and feud, which would be very interesting to see. But a couple teams that didn't make the list that I'm going to just toss out there, B-Dragon, I'm going to toss out, let's see here, the Birdmans from TNA, who else? I'm going to, what should I call it? Kushida and Alex Shelley from Time Splitters. From JPW. And
what about the Briscoes this year? How were they?
Oh, the Briscoes were fine, but you know, it's the Briscoes. It's not exactly mind-blowing stuff. They had a chance to get into the Fed, and I think they really fell off back into ROH obscurity, you know. And I'm totally fine with them just being ROH for the rest of the time that they're wrestling. But at the same time, it's like, okay, it's them. It's those guys. And you know exactly what you're going to get with those guys. Mark's going to be crazy. Jay's going to be the more serious one. And, you know, racism or something.
And that's about it. Yep.
Okay, we're going to move on here. Most improved. This list is not complete. I'm going to name off a few names here. Bray Wyatt, the Usos, Sami Zayn, Bobby Lashley, and Redragon for some reason. Yankum, who do you think is the most improved this year?
Well, I don't know how Bray Wyatt even made it onto that list for most improved. Can you name 5 things that he's improved in?
Well, I actually think that since he's gone solo, his promos have gotten better now that he, doesn't see himself as a leader of men. He just sees himself as this. Well, seriously, his solo, now that he's gone, don't like his promos. You still don't like his promos.
It's not that I don't like it. And I said this last week. His promos are great. The problem is that they're trying to make him seem directional when he should not be directional at all. He should be random and all over the place. And
basically, he wants to joke. But you're expecting a joker out of this.
Yes, I want him to be a dog chasing after a car. He doesn't know what to do with it if he ever got a hold of it, but he's chasing it anyway.
Some men, Master Bruce, just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah, I mean, who do you think should be on this list then? I mean, let's not focus on, who shouldn't be.
People that have gotten better. Well,
obviously we've had a lot of negativity this year, but despite that...
Well, all those brass rings don't mint themselves now, do they?
They do, actually. And they come out of his ass.
The Bellas are tolerable sometimes. Does that count?
Oh God, you said something nice about the Bellas. I can't believe you just said that.
I know, right?
Okay, yeah, I'll give the Bellas. They're trying, especially Brie. Brie has been quite in her Brie mode push. That particular feud with Stephanie wasn't too terrible. The match was, but Natty was like, "No, it's a good match." Natty, did we watch the same match? Did we? Are you sure? Okay. It's strange to see a bunch of people on here. The person that I wanted to mention on here was probably Lashley. Lashley has actually done a really good job as TNA champion. I've watched a couple weeks of TNA at this point since things went south for them. Just to get myself caught up so that when they do the reboot, I can actually pay attention to it and see what's going on. It sounds like blasphemy and whatnot, but that's pretty much what I'm planning on doing in the new year. Giving TNA a fresh start. But so, most improved. Yeah, I mean, we'll give it to the Bellas. How about that?
Yeah? Okay, that's a brave choice, but you want to go with it, I got your back.
I think brave was the key word there. Best WWE, non-WWE product, ROH, Chicago, PWG, NJPW, Underground, and TNA. Nico, have you watched anything non-WWE this year? Jester, have you watched anything on WWE this year?
Surprisingly, I've watched a lot. I'm the one who put Lucha Underground on that list, and the first 3 episodes I thought were pretty damn good. TNA has been hit and miss the entire year. They've done some stuff that's great and some stuff that's head-scratchingly bad. As I've seen a few ROH shows, not many, not hardly anything from Shikara or PWG, but NJPW, now that they're getting a TV deal, is one thing that I'm going to be focusing on more in this coming year. So, if I had to put a pin in one I particularly liked, the thing that got me was the first 3 episodes of Lucha Underground.
you ain't gonna take your son's silence as it's just acknowledgement of, Manchester's prowess.
Shh, he's deep in thought. Maybe we shouldn't disturb him.
That'd be a good idea. Moving on. Basically, NJPW all year has been consistently good. Lucha Underground came out of nowhere and was damn good. It's really surprising to find a product that is actually, decent. I'm really surprised that we've actually, are sitting here talking about another promotion that we were talking about last year beyond, dirt sheets and stuff like that. It's really awesome to see what it's actually come up to be, and I really hope that they succeed. Actually, apparently, Nigel McGuinness is doing a documentary. No, not he's doing a drama series similar to what Jeff Katz was trying to do, and then ran away with him was money. But it's Fight in LA, I believe it's called. And it's on Kickstarter right now, so if you want to go check that out and support more wrestling that's like Lucha Underground and, Lucha Libre USA and that kind of stuff. Alright, here we go. Best show of the year. One show is on here, and I'm going to list off a couple more. Best show of the year, NXT Re-Evolution. The other NXT special, the first one, Arrival. I'm going to list off WrestleMania. I'm going to list off Wrestle Kingdom 9. I'm trying to think if there was any other great pay-per-view this year.
So it's just pretty much a given that a spot should go on the list to WrestleMania, but what about this year? Did we think that this year's WrestleMania deserved a spot?
Well, here's a better question. What do you think out of all the WrestleManias, this particular WrestleMania ended up? In my opinion, this WrestleMania is one of the top 5 WrestleManias of all time. Would you agree or disagree? Over or under?
I'm a little shocked. I really got to think about that. One of the top 5 WrestleManias of all time? That's pretty high bar.
18. You got 17 and 18, and then 20. And 3. And I would put 30 right there.
Okay, yeah. If you're talking about top 5 and it's at the bottom of the list.
Yeah, I would definitely put 30 right there. I mean, would you agree? Would you disagree? Would there be a show that you put up higher, lower?
Well, just for me, because I'm a sentimental old bastard, the entire year that Daniel Bryan had at the hands of the Authority, and as he had that push to get to WrestleMania 30, and as they made him to be the true underdog, that was pretty damn amazing. And the time, remember that time when he, I can't remember which pay-per-view, but he won it one night, and then the next night he got stripped of the title because one of the refs, Scott Armstrong, excuse me, screwed him over on the behest of Triple H in some sort of conspiracy theory, and the back and forth all year on that storyline was great, and it culminated in WrestleMania 30.
All right, let's. I don't know. I liked it. I think also the show of the year this year wasn't WrestleMania 30. It was Wrestle Kingdom 9 for entirely different reasons. The wrestling on that particular product was awesome. It was definitely a great start to NJPW's year. We're approaching Wrestle Kingdom 8. I think it was 8 or 9. I forget which one was coming up.
Either way, yeah, it was Wrestle Kingdom 8 and Wrestle Kingdom 9 is coming up.
Right, Wrestle Kingdom 9 is coming up. Either way, New Japan just keep growing and keeps getting bigger and keeps getting better. So I expect more out of New Japan coming in the near future. So,
and yay, TV deal in America.
Yeah. Moment of the year. We're gonna go with Seth betrays the Shield. Daniel Bryan wins the WWE title at WrestleMania 30. Sting finally debuts at Survivor Series, and Stephanie got arrested. I'm also going to say AJ Styles joins the Bullet Club, and CM Punk walks out on the WWE.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty solid list right there of basically a lot of good stuff, a lot of funny stuff, and even a few bad things that happened, depending upon your point of view. I would say that the thing nobody saw coming on this list was probably Seth screwing over his brothers in the Shield. A lot of people thought it was time for the Shield to break up. I admit I wasn't one of them. I wanted them to stay. I wanted them to be the good guys. I wanted them to stomp over Hunter more, especially now that Batista was gone. But no, that didn't happen, and we got Mr. Money in the Bank and his Metal Gear Solid ring attire, and I've been scratching my head ever since, but that moment, right there when it happened, oh, brother, that had everybody in the arena, in television land, in internet land, everybody mouth agape. That was one of the best moments of the year.
I believe the appropriate terminology is, what you say, oh, that I only meant well. Seth turning was a really good example of how to actually spin off from a group. I believe that, basically, Triple H booked it. So, Vince or Triple H booked it so that, Rollins would end up being... Here's my theory about these guys. Rollins, Ambrose, and Reigns are the new trilogy. So you're looking at, The Rock in Reigns, and you're looking at Stone Cold in Dino, and you're looking at Triple H in Rollins. I'm going to make a bold prediction here.
Okay, this, for the record, is not going to be an Omega BR prediction. We're actually going bold, aren't we?
Yeah. Dean Ambrose wins the Royal Rumble.
I don't know. That would be a good one.
We've given that brass ring to, to Roman this entire time. And that's fine. But I think Dino wins it. And I think that's going to be the big swerve. Everyone's going to be expecting it. And then it's just Dino standing alone.
Well, I'm afraid I've got some bad news for that theory. And I think somebody is going to be a surprise entrance into the Royal Rumble and just might take it away, for a push.
It would surprise me greatly if they gave Barrett a full-time a main event push at this point. It's been 4 years at least since he's had opportunities to be pushed, and they decide not to pull the trigger because of whatever reason it might be. In a couple cases, it's been, basically he got injured at the wrong time, at the absolute wrong time. But at other times, it's just been their inadequate booking. I don't know if we'll ever see a Wade Barrett WWE champion, to be completely honest. We might see a Adrian Neville WWE champion before then. But at the same, I'm just not trying to discourage people who are fans. I'm just saying that it's not exactly the most ideal circumstances you find yourself in there. I think I'm really getting off topic here, but yeah, that's moment of the year for me personally. It was Daniel Bryan's win at WrestleMania 30. The culmination of that story was just amazing. What was yours?
That was pretty damn good. I gotta admit, being a nostalgia geek, the funniest thing that happened this year to me was when Steffi got arrested. I'm sorry. Having the $1 billion princess just break the fuck down and go all, call daddy, call daddy, call daddy. That was amazing. But the moment of the year once again, because I'm a nostalgia whore, one way or another, is Sting finally making his debut at the Survivor Series. And even though, it was just come in, screw Hunter's shit up and leave, that got me marking like any of those nuts you saw on YouTube when they saw Sting come down to a WWE ring for the first time.
All right, let's move on here. Botch of the year. We're talking about the biggest screw up of the year. On this list here is CM Punk going to the UFC. We have the Raw ratings and their particular plunge. I'm going to say the launch of the WWE Network, specifically the UK problems, the lack of Cesaro on a show, and the terrible segment for that one Raw where the two ladies from the morning show were lying models over their asses.
Oh my God, you had almost made me forget about the fact that Kathy Lee Gifford and Hoodia, whatever her name is, from the Today Show, those two milfy drunks came down and, oh, Jesus. You had to remind me of that. Well, yeah, that was pretty bad. But, Raw's falling product quality and the ratings that, go with it have to be a contender for Botch of the Year. As for why the WWE doesn't get off its ass and put the network in the UK, I have no idea, but UK fans let Vince know about it, and Vince pretty much lifted his leg on the Union Jack. I was surprised that he went out there and confronted them about that. A lack of class on Vince's part. And then what do we really think about CM Punk going to the UFC? I mean, as a professional wrestling fan, I wish him well. I think he genuinely wants to try and get out there, but, these guys have been doing mixed martial arts for their entire lives, and I know that Punk is a disciple of the Gracies, but for crying out loud, you should take years before getting into a mixed martial arts fight. And hello, Dana White. Hi, UFC. I'm going to be doing a fight sometime in 2015. Oh boy, this cannot end well.
Well, it could. And it will, for the first one, because it'll be served up a tomato can. But the second one, I don't know. We'll see. The thing with the UFC and Punk is that he hasn't even tried yet. And I don't want to sit here and knock him until he does. And I'm not going to try to jump on your bandwagon there saying that, Punk is just this and that and the next thing. When, in all actuality, we don't know what he's going to do. We don't know how well he's going to do or how badly he's going to do. So we will let the work speak for itself. Personally, the botch of the year was the fact that essentially Triple H got himself injected in pretty much every storyline. Oh, and Sin Cara, because Sin Cara is still employed .jpg. Anyway, burial of the year. Punk's podcast. Spike TV saying goodbye to TNA, and the fall of Cesaro. The burial of the year for me is Cesaro. It's because Cesaro, well, he was over. He had a move that was over. He was naturally getting ready to become more over than he actually is right now. But they decided to put him in a tag team with Tyson Kidd. What?
That didn't make any sense. I mean, you've got a guy who's smart, who's intelligent, who can do his shit in the ring, and has basically, has bad guy heel tweener written all over him, and the fans can sort of get behind him, and they can sort of cheer him, even though he's supposed to be a heel. I don't know. He was just super over, and they just pulled the rug out from under him. I don't know how else to say it, but this is one of the stupidest things that WWE's done all year. But, go ahead.
Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, it was a really dumb thing. They think that he doesn't have it, and that's what Vince said in the podcast. And I would have to disagree. He did have it. You just took it away from him.
Exactly. You couldn't disagree at that stupid... I can't believe Vince said that. Ugh.
Anyway, Yankum, we are approaching... we just got rid of Shovel of the Year, and we are heading towards Match of the Year. What was your Matt? Well, sure. If you're here, what was your Burial of the Year?
Let's see. You got the Spike TV thing. That's actually probably the biggest burial of the year. Is Spike telling TNA to fuck off because reruns of Cops get better ratings than you do.
Sad but true. Oh, jeez. And
if you look at it from Spike's perspective, it's kind of hard to blame them because here you've got this company saying, yes, we can provide you quality programming for this block of time, and then for years you're not getting quality programming, you're getting just absolute fucking shit. Just a shit show, a literal shit show. Like, if you were to sit down and watch somebody poop, that is what TNA is. Or was. Who knows, what they'll do when they get back and they're on Discovery Travel Channel, Food Network, whatever they're on now.
Well, they would be on Food Network. I mean, Gil Kim was married to one of those chefs.
Yeah, that's for sure. I almost forgot about that. Anyway, I can't disagree or agree all that much with the Spike TV thing, but anybody think that, real quick, Punk on Colt Cabana's podcast was thinking, I know I've settled out of court with the WWE, but maybe I could get a few bucks out of that medical guy who almost killed me?
No, I didn't read that at all. I just read him just telling his story exactly as honestly as he was saying it. I think that's exactly what went on. I don't necessarily see it as like an attention grab or anything like that. So any semblance of that would be that's not right. All right, let's get into the end here. Match of the year. Stone Cold versus Vince on Stone Cold's podcast. Bryan versus Orton versus Batista at WrestleMania 30. Lesnar versus Taker at WrestleMania 30. Cena versus Lesnar. The finals of the G1 tournament. Nakamura and Okada? I think it was. Yeah, it was Okada.
It was Okada.
I'm trying to think of one more match that would actually be tossed in there. I don't know. Yankum, do you think there's anything missing from that list?
Well, there's probably about 15 that are missing from that list. And most of them were, throwaway matches on Raw, where, the mid-card comes out and carries the show, match-wise, as usual. And then, sorry, I have to get my RC out of the bag here. The mid-card comes out, carries the show wrestling-wise, and then, we move along and forget that it ever happened 2 weeks later, because it may as well have never happened, because there's no storyline or anything with it.
Yep, mid-card hell.
I mean, it's Ziggler all year, and this is part of the reason, not just Survivor Series, but he comes out on Raw and gets put in these just completely inconsequential inconsequential matches where they may as well have, drew names out of the fucking hat. And he goes out there and he gives everything he's got and puts on a hell of a match, no matter who it's with. And fuck, who even remembers a quarter of those?
What match stuck with you guys the most? To be honest, Sami Zayn, Adrian Neville at our Evolution, really stuck it with me, especially the non-turn thing that Sami did at the end of the match. I thought that was one of the most brilliant pieces of selling and the way you should be doing things, that you could find in professional wrestling these days. Mind you, mind you, nothing's more shocking than the streak.
I will never ever forget the streak for as long as I live. Lesnar versus Taker. It says match of the year. Doesn't say it has to be the good match. So I'm gonna go with that one because I will never be able to live without that match being in my brain, festering and eating away at my soul.
In one form or another, damn straight. And to back up your opinion there, it has to be an interesting match, but it doesn't have to be good. I'd say that exact same thing with Cena versus Lesnar. When Lesnar absolutely went silverback gorilla on John Cena and made us all go, exactly why has this been Vince's golden boy for the past 10 years? I mean, come on. I'm no fan of Cena. Many of us aren't fans of Cena, but this really damaged Cena's brand.
I thought that was actually pretty cool, doing 27 suplexes in a row.
Well, it's cool and it's rememberable for the match of the year, but still, silverback gorilla, and here's your boy, and your boy should be getting a little offense. Instead, we're all talking about the night after. Is Cena washed up?
Short answer, yes. I believe that we are witnessing the decline of Cena. You will see in the next 5 years Cena taking less and less roles and doing less and less things in the company, and will finally fade off into the distance, into that dark night. Thank God. Alright. We're going to go with Wrestler of the Year. This is the person that has inspired us the most, that we've been the fan of, and that we have absolutely enjoyed. Sami Zayn, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, AJ Styles, Dolph Ziggler, the Wrestler of the Year. And if the person that you would choose as Wrestler of the Year isn't on that list, who would you choose anyway?
Well, just to add a little bit more flavor to this list, the bad guy in a society where, you have to go along to get along, and the most, out there heel, at least as far as Japanese standards, in my opinion, would have to be Okada.
I'm gonna go with, can I pick Punk? Or not Punk. Can I pick Ziggler and Bryan? Because even though Bryan wasn't there, even though Bryan wasn't really there most of the time, when he was there, he was just beyond anything that was happening around him. I almost said I would put him with The Rock and Stone Cold in their heyday, and maybe not quite there, but pretty friggin' close. He's getting there. I think he's going to be another one of those guys that can, if he can get past the injuries, he could be one of those guys that transcends just being a wrestler. Not that that's a bad thing, but you know what I mean. Like the Rock went on and he did the Scorpion King, which was a pretty good movie, and the Scorpion King 2, which wasn't all that great a movie. And he did The Tooth Fairy, which was actually a really, really bad movie. And then he did that Fast and the Furious one.
And he's going to do the Fast and Furious one.
I don't know if you're rambling or you're trying to add another...
I'm trying to justify this. I'm trying to justify this, and it's not going well. Brian, definitely, up there. Ziggler, he reminds me of Shawn Michaels.
Oh shit! I mean, he's fucking emulating Michaels to the T. I mean, come on now. That's Harper fucking like whatchamacallit, Ziggler feud is so Razor and Shawn. I mean, it's completely.
But before that, even he just, I don't know. He's got that. There's something about him.
He's a dirty Shawn Mark.
He puts on incredible fucking matches. He puts on these incredible fucking matches, and he's got the personality, and he talks, well enough. There's no reason he shouldn't be in the main event right now. Aside from, he's not a jacked up roid freak.
Basically what you're saying, that he's not a mastodon?
Yeah.
Damn it, I'm Vincent Kennedy McMahon, and you will respect my mastodons!
Achoo.
Achoo, he says.
Fuck!
Oh my god. Sorry, that's really funny. So, alright. Wrestler of the Year? Didn't mention him yet.
Okay, I'll just put it out there and say, if it can't be CM Punk, my choice would be Sami Zayn.
Damian Sandow as Mizdow.
No. You
Wrestler
can't.
of the Year. I mean, it's a comedy gimmick. I understand that.
I don't have any problem with comedy gimmicks. Comedy gimmicks.
He has such commitment, and his commitment is just. He's the reason why I like The Miz right now. Wrestler of the Year.
You know what? I was totally not going to let you have that. And then you said that last bit, and I'm totally going to let you have that now.
Because, Lord knows, we need something to help us like The Miz. I'm sure there's logic in there somewhere.
Basically. Alright. Let's get optimistic and look towards next year, and then when we play back this podcast next year, we'll figure out if we were actually right. 3 people to push, 3 people to bury, and then 3 people on your death list. Okay, Net Jester, give me 3 people to push.
Well, if it were up to me, I'd get Sammy to Raw ASAP. AJ is doing fine in the Bullet Club, and I think if NJPW wants to have a more USA Oregons when they get over here, they should make him the American face of that company. And, you said Bobby Lashley was doing great in TNA. I'll agree with you and say push him as the face of that company.
Yankum, 3 people to push. Yankum. 3 people to push.
Well, here's how you do this. Ziggles, Dolph Ziggler. There's your. If I have to pick 2 other people, Woods and Sandow. Get
Woods is a surprising choice. I like it.
he gets a lot of shit, but I think there's a lot more to him than he gets credit for, and what he's allowed to do. And I would really like to see him have the opportunity to go out and really show what he's capable of without the kind of limitations that are constantly put on him.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm confused. Who are we talking about?
Xavier Woods.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
See? Okay. I think that they should push Cesaro. I think they should push Dino. And, I'm gonna get shit for this. Bull Dempsey. From NXT. I think they should push the shit out of him and use him right.
Wait, what? Who again?
Bull Dempsey from NXT.
Well, I thought I heard that name. Okay. I can't wrap my head around that one. Oh, wow. Okay. What makes you think, I have to ask, what makes you think he should be brought up to the main roster and pushed?
I have personal biases. Just saying.
Oh, okay.
You gave him a PJ and truck stop bathroom.
No, I knew him when he was doing a gimmick that I'm not going to repeat on this podcast. I'll tell you guys later. I met him. Yes, when he was young and independent, I met him, and he was a very nice gentleman, and I really hope the best for him. Yeah, stop shitting on him so much, goddammit. Alright, 3 people to push. Yeah, I already gave my 3 people to push. Okay, so 3 people to bury. Let's make this quick. Jester.
3 people to bury. I'm sorry, but if Cena's going out the door, we might as well, get him off and have him do less and less until he rides out in the sunset a la Hulk Hogan. The other person who I could do to see much less of, to be perfectly honest, I love Damian Sandow, don't get me wrong, but the sooner you break him up from Miz, the better humanity will be for it. And of course, the 800-pound gorilla in the room, Mr. Superman Punch, Mr. John Cena 2.0, yes, I said it, Roman Reigns. Jeez. I mean, we're...
And that was me kicking that Jester from the room, because you do not. You do not. No, you don't do that.
Okay, and
let me move him back in here.
I kicked you out of the room because you were trashing Reigns. Now let me tell you something.
Are you kidding me?
Stop it. He's green. He's green, and he does not.
He's green as bullshit.
He doesn't have the experience or polish to be able to handle the main event scene right now. They're pushing him too fast. It's more their fault than it is his fault. And as soon as he actually finds his groove, he'll be good. Trust me. I promise.
You know what it is? Net Jester, you're wrong. He's not John Cena 2.0. He's Rocky Maivia 2.0.
Oh, you better be right about this, because
nobody liked Rocky Maivia. Nobody.
I'm one of the only ones, but when
you did not
as The Rock,
you did not like Rocky Maivia. You did not. You're full of shit.
He wasn't a bad kid. Seriously, but I don't think It
was awful.
I'm not
going to justify Die Rocky Die or anything, but it was shit. And the crowd saw it was shit, and they shit on it, because that's what you do. You shit on shit. And then he came back as The Rock when he wasn't, after he got experience and some polish, and,
some titty surgery. But he made some titty surgery.
Yeah, well, I mean, a little titty surgery never hurt anybody. But, I mean... give it time, man.
right.
Even The Rock was shit at first.
All right, 3 people to bury Yankum.
Oh,
where'd he go?
No.
He didn't. He spent time kicking me out the room and saying why his Roman was so good.
Hey. Shut up.
Yankum, come on.
I don't know. Can we depush people? They don't necessarily need to be.
That's what I mean.
They don't necessarily need to be buried. You can just depush. Let's depush Cena a little bit. He's not been. He wasn't in the title scene for a bit. Let's get him away from the title scene again, and maybe have him, give some guys the rub, coming up the ladder, and get some more people in the main event. Let's see, who else? Let's deep push The Miz. Seriously. Just have him get buried by Sandow, and then let's not.
That's gonna be a WrestleMania moment.
You're counting my list.
Hold on. Let him be on commentary. He's a good talker. I like the way he's good on the mic.
Do the pre-show with Alex Riley and have a reunion.
I would be okay with that. Or even, I don't know, on...
Who's your third guy?
Superstars. I don't know. I'm trying to think of people that I hate, and I'm actually drawing a blank for once on people that I just absolutely despise, which is weird, because that never, ever happens to me. So I'm just gonna... I'm just gonna say... I almost wanted to...
I believe the person that you're looking to say is Matt Jester.
Yes, let's bury Matt Jester. I almost said Lesnar, but Lesnar's not that bad, and that might just be because he's not been around much. And plus, he's had Heyman, and 976 suplexes in a row is pretty cool, no matter how you slice it.
All right, let's do deep push Barry here. Big Show, get the fuck off my screen. You're a nice guy, I guess. But, yeah, dude, I'm done with you as a wrestler. I would really prefer it if you would do something else entirely. Commentary is fine. Training people down to NXT is fine.
For Hollywood.
Fucking your wife and making movies. Yeah, that's fine with me, too. Just get the fuck out of the ring. That's what I gotta think about that. Goldust. Goldust. I would like Goldust to go away. Yes. Only because it would mean the bias of Cody Rhodes, and finally, we could see Cody Rhodes in the main event scene. You see.
I don't think you don't need him to go away to do that, though.
You need him to go away from the scene that he's in right now, and if he has nothing.
Well, yeah, but not
permanent. I'm not saying go away. I'm just saying get the fuck away.
Oh, okay,
Cody.
okay,
Yeah,
that's fine.
And break up at WrestleMania, basically.
As fun as the Dust Brothers are, yeah, they're getting a little bit stale now.
And the third person that I would like to see depushed is Triple H. I do not want Triple H on my program very much.
You're not going to.
I enjoy this hiatus.
Paul, I am. I do not like that spam you spam.
I like Paul. I think he's perfectly fine. Paul's a good guy. I just think that he should stay behind the desk.
That's it. And he's got some pretty good ideas.
All right, since we can barely come up with 3 people to push and depush, one person for your death list.
Oh God, this is awful.
I don't like this one, but I'm just going to come out there and say it. There's been news that he fell off the wagon, that he's no longer with DDP. I don't know if that's dirt sheets or if that's real, but we got to keep an eye on Jake Roberts.
Yeah, come.
We all know what a depraved individual who will just say things just to say them type person I am. I don't want to do this. If that says how bad this is, but if I have to do it, I'm gonna have to go with Scott Hall. Oh, I feel awful for saying that.
Wow, okay, you guys go with two traditional answers here. You're both wrong.
Okay, and your idea for who is the next buffet at the Worm Platter is?
Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
No!
I am predicting that he dies due to a massive heart attack or something like that.
Because he sneezed.
It could be that high blood pressure that's making.
No. I'm serious. No, I'm dead serious. I think that.
Dead serious.
It'll be It'll be. I didn't do that on purpose. But no, if I'm gonna go death pool, I'm gonna go crazy with this prediction. VKM, he's gonna die. And it's gonna
you know what?
And you know what? We're gonna play this back next year, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh God, how terrible I am!"
Yeah. This is the horror and the sadness that you have wrought on us. If this happens, and as much as I loathe some of Vince's ideas about wrestling and some of the things that he's done to wrestlers, that is going to be. Excuse me, that's going to be just the saddest day.
It's going to be one of the more interesting days of professional wrestling, to be completely honest. Also, a shout out to CM Punk's on my death list too, only because he might get murdered in the middle of the octagon.
Yeah, that's really sad.
I had him on mine for an overdose.
Yeah, you can. Alright, let's wrap up the show. This has been the year-end awards for Wounded Serious. This is coming extremely late, and we understand. No Omega BR. Maybe we'll have Omega talk about his in the coming week. But, yeah, so thank you very much for listening.
Wait. Coming week. No. Next Tuesday, sir, is New Year's Eve.
Ah, yes, next Tuesday. No, it's not. Is it?
Yeah, it is.
No, it's next Wednesday. Next Wednesday is New Year's Eve.
What?
Oh, Tuesday's the 30th. Tuesday's the 30th.
Yeah, Tuesday's the... Oh, yeah, never mind. Sorry, I forgot how many days were in December.
Oh, okay.
Shut up!
All acquaintance and calendars be forgot.
Okay, so we'll make some New Year's resolutions next year. My New Year resolution is to watch TNA and give that a shot.
Okay, as soon as it comes on the air, I want to see exactly where I can see NJPW.
I am going to say my New Year's resolution is I'm going to finally make it down to CCW here at the Coliseum in Evansville and watch some local wrestling.
Sounds like a great idea. Don't need a light tube.
Alright, thank you all for listening. We will talk to you next week. We wish you well in your past, present, and future endeavors. SmartStark.com.
Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars.
Good night, Milwaukee.
Green Bay, Wisconsin!